All right, guys, so welcome to our team call tonight. What is today? September 3rd. So I'm saying the date because some of the announcements, if people watch this too late, it might be a little bit outdated. So today's September 3rd. So just a couple reminders. One is very important that we had salted caramel that was released this morning. So just something that's a little different about this shake release is that there's a limit for 3 canisters per order. So I was told they did that because they don't have as many as they usually create with the big seasonal shake drop. So they're making it a limit of 3 per order. So just know that if you guys have like free delivery, ISO delivery, and you want to order more, you can. You actually can do it at separate times. I don't know when it's going to sell out, but I'm sure it won't last too long if they didn't have too many to begin with. I will tell you, I know pumpkin spice is coming. I believe it will come in October, probably early in October. Raja said that the try release will be available in the US September 16th. And he's not muted, sorry. Or am I just having an echo? Maybe it was my echo. If you're not muted, can you just mute yourself? Oh, there, I got her. I see who it was. Okay, so sorry about that. I could hear it so loud on my end when somebody's not muted. Okay, so try release is coming September 16th, so that's really exciting. Also, for you guys who are in the Race to Retreat training, tomorrow, don't forget, we have our Wednesday Zooms at 9 p.m. They're 30 minutes, and tomorrow John Raines will be hosting, and he will be giving really the full details about the retreats and how to earn them and some rules, as well as going over some of the basics that you should know about our comp plan compared to others. So if you are in the Race to Retreat, remember those Wednesday calls are mandatory. If you're local to me and you're coming to our Super Saturday, just a reminder, that's this Saturday on the 7th. We are going to start registration at 8:45. It won't take long to get everybody in and registered, but Dr. Paul will be there early, so you can kind of like chat with him. We do want him to start the morning off, so don't be late. If you're local, don't be late to that. Try to get there at 8:45. Bring your ISOLife planners. If you were not at Celebration, you do not have a planner, I did buy 12 planners, and I have to just be fair and have like a first come, first serve basis on those. So whoever checks in first, if you don't have a planner, you get one. But if you were at Celebration, please bring your planner. And then 10% will be off at Upstream for if anybody wants to stay for lunch. Next announcement, remember UIA is coming up, University in Action. That's October 11th, 12th, and 13th. I will be going. I think we have at least 10 of our team members who are going. If you're on the fence, you're not sure, and you have questions about that event, just let me know. But I'm definitely going to be there along with a pretty good amount of us. NYKO, there are tickets for that. There's a code for NYKO tickets to be $129. So if you have not purchased your ticket, or if you want to purchase ticket for new team members or get some ahead of time and do contests or anything like that, now's the time to get those. And also, guys, I want to remind you guys that this week there's also free shipping for $150 orders or more for new members, but they do have to be not only new members, they also have to be on Lifestyle Rewards to get that free shipping to show up. Usually it's always 300 or more gets the free shipping, but this week it's 150 or more. And then I do want to remind you guys, we still have that Crystal Consultant fast track bonus where they get $100 more than the normal $50. So it's $150. So be very clever when you bring on anybody new that you tell them, like, we have a current promotion for people who are new who join with 2 accountability partners where you can earn a minimum of $150 to $550 back. Are you interested in that promo? Be clever. Don't skirt over that whole, oh, I don't know if I want to share the opportunity. Just be clever about how you share this. So everybody you talk to that's a new member should know that there is that money on the table. And just tell them it's a promo for all new members. If you come in with 2 accountability partners that you join with, then you earn a cash back of $150 to $550. Is that something that you would want my help with as well? That's it. Okay, don't make it weird, but you do need to tell people about that. That's a lot of money that they can earn back right away. And again, if they say something like they want to try the products first, You remember what Jessica Rigner said at Celebration is, you don't have to be the test dummy on this. It's a money back guarantee. It's clinically researched and studies. Lots of people have great results. So let's just do this together. And if you don't like it, send it back. You don't need to have people try it out first. If they do want to, though, remember, they still get that bonus. But you do want to tell them right from the start, if you have 2 accountability partners who you bring with you, you can earn this money. Is that something you would want me to help you with? And leave it at that. They might say, no, thank you. I don't want you to help me make money. Okay. Or they might say, actually, yeah, can you help me get, help me with 2 accountability partners? So always say that. Okay. So those are just the announcements I have for today. What I wanted to just touch on for tonight's training call is more about connecting. So I want us to all just really kind of come into this call with an open mind and think how, one, are you doing some of these things that I'm telling you, or maybe you're forgetting to be consistent with them? Are you sharing with the people you're bringing in that this is how they can connect? Are you helping them with these different types of ways to connect? So really come with an open mind, and then I'm going to give everybody a little assignment at the end of the call. So tonight's call is all about creating opportunities for connecting. That's what this business is about. If you're not connecting with new people, you're really not truly building your business. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about when it comes to connecting is your mindset around it. You want to think big, okay? I love this saying, the world is not served when you play small. So if you are thinking only of your immediate circle, or only your neighborhood, or the people you work with, or only your family, and you don't feel like you can really build a business because the people that you have in your circle will probably not join you and they're not really supportive, you're thinking really small. We are a global company, first of all. Second of all, is it's really not about who's in your circle right now. There's so much expansion that's going to happen in your life with who you meet, who the universe will bring into your life, who you will attract into your life, who you will bring in, who will bring in somebody, who will bring in somebody who can totally rock this. So if you're thinking small, you're really going to block a lot of blessings that can come your way. Now, Rod and I met Debbie Sherrick. You guys know the story. We didn't know her. She was a stranger, right? So if she hadn't opened her mouth and been, intentional about speaking to us, even though she didn't know us or build a relationship yet, we might never have joined Isagenix, guys. And that, could you just really think about that? If Debbie did just not even share this with us, this amazing blessing that we have, we wouldn't have. And then how many of you guys wouldn't be here? And if you really think about that, you will try to connect so much more, because we did not know Debbie. Debbie didn't start Isagenix and think of who she knew at that time and, oh, I don't know Gina and Rod or Zanuck. We came in years later, okay? So you guys have to think big like that. Now think of just our team situation, that Debbie shared it with Rod and I, and how much it's changed our lives. That's how you have to think, guys. Whose lives can you potentially change by connecting with new people? And once again, we enrolled the very first time we ever met Debbie, ever. So you've got to think of big, huge, divine appointments like that, okay? The next one is to really be intentional about connecting. A lot of times we say we know we have to connect, but we're not intentionally going out and going about our day with the mindset of connecting with new people. When you're on vacation, when you go to the grocery store, when you're picking up your kids and you're meeting other parents at school, when you go to church, whatever it is, when you go to new parties, are you really truly being intentional about making new connections? Or are you just willy-nilly and then thinking, oh, I should have really connected with some new people today. Oh, I missed that opportunity. You have to be very, very intentional with it. And it has to be a consistent intention, not just once in a while it comes in your mind and you think you have a great opportunity to connect. Every single day you need to be intentional with connecting. And who are you looking for? Really think about that. Who are you looking for? What kind of people would you really truly love in your business? As business partners, as customers, what kinds of people are you really thinking about connecting with? And you think about those types of people, so when you go out there and you're intentional, it'll be easier to recognize those conversations you're having with people, okay? Next is, this is really, really important. There's a time to build relationships, and there's a time to avoid missing opportunities. And I'll explain this. So the example of Debbie enrolling Rod and I, there was really no need for her at that time to wait and build a relationship with us. She might not have ever seen us again. All right, we're in her house, we're buying equipment, we're making chit chat, she's being very kind, we're connecting, but it wasn't like we're building a relationship. And she brought it up right then and there. And there's also a time where you might want to build relationships with new people. So if you have a new neighbor that moved next door, they're going to be there every single day. You don't need to have on your very first conversation to bring up isogenics unless it comes up. That might be an example of where building the relationship and that connection would be more important because they're next door to you, or maybe another a coworker or a parent of your daughter's friend at school. There's a fly in here. Those are some situations that building that relationship is important because you don't want to miss an opportunity of having that authentic connection. But there's also times where you're going to meet people and you're really just going to have that opportunity, and you need to be really prepared about how you're going to connect in that short amount of time because you might never see them again. So just know the difference. Don't pass up on opportunity because you feel like you have to build this long friendship first. So I want to talk to you guys about belly to belly. Belly to belly means in person. You're talking to somebody in person, you see them in person. It's obviously offline. A lot of times when you even build online, it's always great to understand belly to belly and when you're interacting with people. So first of all is remember your ABCs. Always be connecting. Remember, it's an intention. It should be the forefront of your mind that you want to connect with new people consistently. You always want to expand your network. Always, always, always. It's not about who you know today. It's about who you're going to meet, and it's about who they're going to introduce you to. The next thing is, as you're out in the world and you're talking to people face to face, is to remember you need to smile. Sometimes we're thinking of all the things that we have going on, or maybe we're stressed about something, or maybe we're just glued to our phone and we don't even look up and smile. So that's something that's just so small, but it's really effective to make eye contact and smile. Be friendly. When you are talking to people, ask them questions. I've told you guys this before, compliment, right? That always opens up that window of a connection, is to compliment. And then very important that you listen. You have to be a good listener in order to be a good connector, okay? If you're not listening to people, you're never gonna feel like you can really get to know them or know what they need. And you need to know what they need so that you know what solution you can offer them. So listen, listen, listen. Again, I always say this, but if you're new, I think this is just a really good tool, is that when you're listening, you want to listen for cues for when you can say, you should do what I do. Okay, if somebody's complaining that they're tired, oh, you should do what I do. Well, what do you do? And then you tell them about your nutrition. Or if they're complaining about money, you should do what I do. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I have an online business that I can work in my own time. It's all virtual. Would you like me to send you some information? But you're listening for a way or a time to say you should do what I do, because then they're asking you and it opens up that door for you to share with them. And then this would lead to having your 30-second story down. And this is what I want you guys to do. If you do not have your 30-second, not your 30-minute story, your life story, but your 30-second story down, then you need to practice it with your spouse, with a friend, with your upline, with anybody that will listen to you. Practice. You need to really kind of fine-tune what you would say in 30 seconds when somebody says, what do you do? And you should have it for a financial solution and a health solution. Okay? If you are not confident about sharing that within 30 seconds, this is something that you do need to practice. And again, practice with the safe zone, your family, your friends, your team members. Next is, this is really big. Don't shy away from asking for referrals. And not just your Isogenics customers referrals, but referrals from your friends who might not have joined you or might have said no. Go back and ask them. I would love your support with this, but I'm so passionate about what I'm doing right now. I truly, truly feel this is going to be what's going to get me out of debt, what's going to help me leave my corporate job. This is what's going to help me pay off the medical bills I just got. Whatever your why is, tell your friends and ask for referrals. Another place to ask for referrals is anywhere that you are a customer to. So the person that does your hair, your nails, where you go for your insurance agent, your realtor, anybody that you've given business to, don't be afraid to ask for referrals. If you've given them business, bring that up. I love supporting your business, and I was wondering if you can support mine. I have an online business and I help people get healthy and create income from home. I would love to tell you a little bit more about what I do so that when there's opportunities, you can refer to me. Would that be something you would be open to helping me with? Don't be afraid to ask that, because this is a business. And if you opened a little, a small bakery and that was your business, you would have to go and ask for referrals from your friends too, and you would go out and market, right? So it's the same thing. You just can't shy away from that. And it's just all in your posture and that you're taking it seriously and that you're asking with a genuine heart. Next is very important. You always have to expand your network of friends. So, if anything, Isagenix will make you a friendlier person. You're always wanting to make new friends, no matter where you are. You always should be very interested in people. You should always want to get to know new people and what they're about and what their passions are and what they like to do, what their hobbies are. You really should be focused on that and expanding your network. If you're only hanging out with your same 5 friends, and when you go to a party, you don't talk to anybody new, you just stay with your 5 friends, it's going to be really hard to expand your network that way. So you definitely want to make sure you are being friendly, being open, and expanding your network. And this is a really good, try new places. Like if you work from home, like I work predominantly from home, but I make it a point that I'm going to leave the house and go and maybe meet somebody for coffee in a new place, or go to different workouts and different, not instead of the same thing that you do every single day, go and try a new workout. If you like to run, maybe join a running club or anywhere that you can meet new people. And also where you might find like-minded people. So if you have a dog, go to a dog park and see if you can make friends there. If you have a heart of service, go and try to volunteer somewhere. If you belong to a church, see if there's any groups that you can join or any volunteer opportunities there. You'll find like really good-hearted people that way, but you have to be really focus on that and make it a point to do so, because sometimes we get really caught up in our own little bubble and our routine, and it's really hard to meet new people and see new faces that way. So think about it. If you're saying that you really have a hard time meeting new people, and maybe go on Groupon and do a yoga 1 month for a new place, and then try a kickboxing place, and then maybe try the Groupon for a painting class with the wine, whatever those things are. You drink wine and paint, or a cooking class, or something new where you're interested in it. You'll meet like-minded people. And then this one, seriously guys, just do it. Have sip and samples. So sip and sample is when you have some products that you're going to sample to some friends that you invite over. Maybe you have just a couple. Maybe it doesn't have to be a huge presentation. It could just be a few of your friends that you say, I really would love for you to just learn more about what I'm doing. Would you support my business and come over on Friday night? I'm going to have, just make some shakes. I've already sampled them, and some protein balls and cut up bars, and just kind of talk about what I do. Would you be open to coming? It could just be a handful of people. You can make it something, if you're a stay-at-home mom, make it, a midday coffee break, or a play date. You could just use your time wisely with that, but just start and do them, because even if you have 2 people, it's just going to help you grow and be practice. Opportunity meetings. So, it could be somebody, if I'm local to you, use me, or somebody in your upline that's more well-versed with the opportunity, but invite people to hear more about it. Your customers, I want you to hear more about how you can earn income, at least to get your products paid for. So I'm going to have a little thing at my house. We're going to have some appetizers and wine, and just hear more about the opportunity, and just go for it. If you're not trying and you're not inviting, then you're never going to have anybody show up, because you're not even trying. Also, one-on-one demos, meeting people face-to-face. If they're loving the products, they can be, if you can't do it face-to-face, Zoom. Can I just meet with you? Can I go over the income opportunity? I see that you're loving the products, and I know that you didn't seem too interested, but I think that if I just show you the basics, and then you can from there make your mind up. But you have to be intentional and just tell people that that's your next step. And that's where the 3-week Zoom is really helpful, is because then you can bring that up at that 3-week point. Okay, so let's talk about social media. Um, I have been extremely fortunate with social media, especially with Facebook. Even though a lot of belly to belly time, a lot of socializing in person, people follow my social media and they've been reaching out, especially after I had that time of really building up my business. I have created a kind of culture, I guess, where people just feel very comfortable to reach out to me. So I want to help you guys also utilize social media because it is truly just an awesome outlet to have. For one, it's free. Number two is you can really meet people from anywhere. You don't have to just be local. So it's going to expand the amount of people that you can reach. So social media is going to be huge. Now, I don't want people to depend only on social media and just hide behind their computer. However, it's a huge way that people grow. And so you just want to always kind of keep up with what's going on with social media and you continue to build up a following. So here are some tips. Number one is you want to create a following based on your interests and your personality. So people need to connect with you. They're not going to go on your page and just see what's for sale today. That's not really why people even scroll on social media. They really want to see what people are up to. So remember that. I want you to write out maybe your top 3 areas in your life that you like to share other than isogenics. So 3 areas that you really would love to share. So a lot of my following came from, Rod and I built up our fitness business from a hobby, and it was really a passion. It was really just being kind of forced into entrepreneurship. And so people were following that journey more so than the whole fitness thing. It was more about us really taking a huge leap of faith and pouring everything into this hobby that we decided to turn into a business. And we became, we just had a lot of followers just to see what that was all about, and then of course, having kids and raising girls and just different things like that really is what led us to have a lot of followers. It wasn't so much fitness and being in shape that people were following. It was our grit, our leap of faith that we took to completely go after something that we had the vision for that was super scary and that a lot of people can, be afraid to do. And that's what attracted people to follow us. Even people that weren't local and that couldn't even come to our classes, they like to see what we created, what we built. So just try to find areas of what people are going to be really attracted to. And I can help give you guys some examples. Kind of just think about what you personally are into. So if you have, I have a Yorkie, you guys know Max, so I could even do a whole thing on Yorkies. I was actually thinking about it. If I had to really start from scratch, that would probably be something that I can create followers, like other dog owners and just kind of cute little things like that. I'm actually at the point right now where I have so many followers from, like I said, our past things, but I was just kind of thinking about that today. So if you have pets, things that you really love to do. So if you are into a certain type of fitness, you really want to focus on that. Any areas in your life, if there's anything that's really unique, you want to add that in. So you guys, probably most of you have heard of Erin Sherman. She's got a huge Instagram following, and she even showed us at Celebration how her followers are following her RV decorations, like she's redoing her RV and things like that. But then she drips the isogenics in there too. But because they're already following her for other reasons, they trust her. They build up this relationship with her that they will then take a look at isogenics. Does that make sense? So sometimes people get on social media and they just blast nutrition and you got to be really careful that you don't look like it has to be all about, working out and constantly eating healthy, because you might miscommunicate that with people. You also don't want to make it only about yourself. Celebrate other people, talk about other things that you're really passionate about, and make it very consistent. So I like the Instagram highlights. And I know a few of you, we've had one-on-ones and we've talked about this and how you can set it up. It does take some time, but the highlights are stories that you can save into that highlight. So your highlights should be things that are very consistent that you're going to share about. So it could be family, like I said, if you say, if I did one, loving my Yorkie, my new farmhouse look in my home, whatever it is that you're really into consistently that you're going to post about, those are going to be your highlights. So think about at least 3 areas, one being a little more unique to you, and then really build upon that. And then you're going to drip the isogenics within that. But you want to create following that's other than people just following you for isogenics. Does that make sense? Especially when you first start out. You know, once you already have a bunch of followers and you have a lot of people that are kind of gravitating toward your energy, then it's a little easier. But when you're just starting out, you want to create that. So you need to really think of other things that you're passionate about because you want to attract like-minded people. The next thing is to intentionally connect on social media. So this is private messages. So we always talk about the birthday messages, like leaving them a voice clip on their birthday, going directly to their wall. This is really important. You guys should have a list of prospects. And when you are working on your social media and you have your timer on and you're only focused on working and you're not going to get, distracted, you should be going down your list and going to that person's wall. Because when you're just scrolling on your newsfeed, you're only going to see the people that you interact the most with. And it's probably going to be 90% of your isogenics team. I'm sure you guys can agree that when you log onto Facebook, you pretty much see your team's postings. So you want to go directly to Lisa Smith's wall. Okay, Lisa Smith's somebody hasn't enrolled yet. I know she's kind of interested. She hasn't really, but so I'm going to go to her wall. I'm going to keep the interaction going. I'm going to comment on her last post. Maybe ask her for a referral for something. But you're going to constantly drip that way by connecting on social media. When you have a post and people comment, you want to comment under their comments. I know it could be time consuming, so you can kind of pick and choose. But when you have your time that you're working on your social media, go under the comment and thank them or whatever it is that you want to interact, because then it'll keep your post fresh and relevant. Also with Facebook, you want to join groups. So there's a ton of different groups on Facebook, and it'll really help you, make new friends that have similar interests. So join groups that are truly relevant. Don't go to a, running group if you hate running. Go to groups that are truly something that's connected to you. And that's how you're going to connect throughout that page. And you'll start to make friends outside of the group, and you can friend request them or they to you. And that's how you can build upon that. Next thing is whenever you have a new friend request or you have somebody accept your friend request, or if you're on Instagram and you have new followers, you should be automatically sending them a private message. Okay, and I can send you, I do have one that's pretty generic for the business opportunity that I use for Instagram, because a lot of the followers are not really friends, but they're following me for something else. So I have a post that I send, a message, that I send to them, and I can share that with you guys too. But that every time somebody new follows me and it's not like somebody I know, I will send them that. The next one is knowing your avatar. So an avatar is your ideal person that you want to connect with and enroll. And that's what you want to know, so that when you're posting, you're thinking about that person and not getting distracted by how the haters might take your post or anything like that. It also helps you because you want to be really fresh and relevant to the people that you're looking to attract. And then our groups, our support groups, our product support page, our business support page, you want to be very active in those, so that as you're bringing people in, they see you as a growing leader and see you as somebody that's taking this seriously, not just shoving them in some support group where you don't know anybody else. You don't want people to feel that way. So you want to be active. And then remember what I said last week, I think it was, or the week before, is connect your team with people through social media. So I know a lot of you are doing that with me. As soon as you have somebody, you connect them with me and I friend them and they get to follow me too, and I offer my support. Or if it's somebody that you know on the team can really relate to the person you're bringing in, utilize your team members for that too. And it also creates more community within our culture. So those are really ways that you can use social media and belly to belly. And again, your mindset around connecting is first and foremost. So while I'm ending this call, which I did a fabulous job keeping us on time, what are some areas that you feel like you can make improvements on right away? I want you to just really think about that tonight and it shouldn't really take you too long. You probably thought of it as I was talking, but what are some areas that you think right away you can start making improvements on? And then what I want you to do is send me a message and tell me immediately I am going to improve on this, this, and this. Because I know for sure there's got to be at least one thing that I talked about that you think you need to be more diligent about, you need to be more consistent about, or maybe that you even have to start doing because you didn't think of it before. So I'm just going to stop the recording and end the call, and then I'll check the comments. If I can figure it out, let's see. Okay.